I went to the psychiatrist. Changes personality. Well, that hurts my brain. I put it. Did you go to retirement community? You're in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. You went to the retirement community, huh? Yeah, no. You doing something next to nothing? Right? The point servers are here. That's not a point server. You stupid guy. Every tell you. They sure check. You just sign in 2007 and get yourself a guaranteed check. They told you not to do that. Not ever to do that. They can't guarantee they won't. Not even to guarantee the bank won't keep the money. You know what I mean? Get yourself a little cashy going. Which account? Is that how that works? Microphone, the default's not set right, huh? Is that it? We're giving a lesson on defaults? Is that it? How's this work? Any good? All the way from San Francisco. What would be the hypotenuse is longer distance than the. What's the longer distance in a right triangle? Of the three signs, if you were walking, is it about 4,000 miles away? This is only possible if Microsoft lets it happen. What'd you do? Go to litigation? Is that the thing? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide your community. There's nobody there. What do you mean? That was bullshit. Top chat. Let's see. Top chat. Does it work? No. Learn more. You're supposed to know what you're doing. Sure. Righto. Righto. I don't know. Say something. And then. You mean write something? Say something. I mean, write something. You said say something. They're living to the apes in America. The Americans, you know what I'm saying? Right? The boss's lingo's got to go. If you touch that thing, especially when I'm going to get punched out, if I'm going to get punched out, you're getting this treatment. Don't touch it. You know what I mean? How you doing? How you doing? Educated people cheating, lying, and stealing. I mean, perfect. We got it right where we want them. In the jugulars over here. Getting it right in the jugulars. Oh yeah, Desert Storm and oil. Remember? See, we got the refrigerator. You gotta get since you voted for the war and worked in it. What you get is no electricity and no refrigeration and no nothing and a warm beer. I want to tell you, he's proving his point. I'm feeling very irregular. So was that the 80s? I mean, where's the models of the what are you listening to me for? The birds are out. We gotta go get the bread. But did you know? Oh, yeah, George Washington came to Atlantis. There's 7 Atlantises in the world. Came to Atlantis. You were running for the kids? You heard what the husband said. That's what happened. Right there, correct Mundo, right there. Absolutely. Now you get dragged into that. You want to see the shindig? This is Brooke Shields' house. It's Brooke Shields' apartment. You don't know, right? They resurrected us from the dead. Oh, you want to see the shindig? Actually, did I make the bed this morning? I usually every day I do. Correct the mundo. You got your 5, 6 boyfriends? You got a couple in mind? You going to bed tonight? It's just the night you get, you have sex? It's a movie making house. How do you do this? Which way? Is it this way? Is it that way? And which way is it? You get the pick, you get the perk. It's a Brooke Shields campaign house. One of the girls bought it from her. I gotta go. You want? Oh, you can't do that, right? That's it. It took me 4 years to set up the home theater. Did you set your home theater system up for the family? You or your family man? Yeah. You know your relatives, the next door neighbor. Never met him in my life. Everything working out good. Not to have the sugar. All right. I'll show you how this works. One life to live. Now, where's who stole the spoons? Hey, Hank, where's the spoons? You got your dish TV working? You want to come over mine? I got mine working. Where'd you go to work today? Too hot. Oh, there it is. In the bag. What do you say? Not bad? You had the 100-year carnival? Yeah, we came out of the carnival in Citrus Springs, Florida. We went up north. We were about 7 years old. About 7 years old. One of the carnival, we went up to Atlantis. Oh, yeah, see this? How you doing? Thank you. I got 25 years left before I drop dead. According to the doctor, you got 2 to 3 years before you die. Because of your finances. The key word here is your. You took all my money out of my bank account. You tell us I have $12,000 in the bank account. You believe this asshole? A little pontificate. A little the pontificate, huh? I heard you. This is the garage. What are you talking about? To make the law, you don't have to smoke in the house, so I put the kitchen in the garage. For my retirement, I put into the 4 years research of the equinox fossils to the south. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I mean at this point? 78,000, 4 years research. Not research. I mean, you're looking at what the experts, it's a Star Trek bridge. You know what I mean? We had all the electronics are done. And we got everything that we understood at that point. How to make it, you know what I mean? So, on a technical program, how you make it, you know what I mean? But with that, first you have to do the electronics. You see DOD Galactic? That's right. I saw the UFOs. I saw this beautiful thing the other night. It's some kid. Excuse me. Some kid's probably got a bottle. It comes right at me. It's flying right at me as I'm walking through the woods. into Sunoco for my, these are medicine drinks. These were medicine in 1903. Once in a while, they put alcohol in it. At the airport, but you got shattered bones in your feet, dislocated toes. Once in a while you get a little alcohol, not too much. And it's coming right out. Two red lights. It's about this big. Travel all the time. You got the Raptor 22 and the F-35. You see that? You see, it was a Harrier in the Northeast. There's a Raptor 22 and F-35 in the South, not St. Louis, Missouri. Did you pay $1,300 for your steak? I mean, when you get 50 years old, you're gonna find this out. You're gonna lose your house. You're gonna throw in the street. I paid mine though. I paid $75 million for steak. 31,000 I got from the state of Florida as an orphan. I'm leaving the carnival, U.S. military as a TVA. I wasn't signed into it because they said no, you're only 5'10", and you don't have a high school diploma. We didn't have a school. I mean, they put one in there. I mean, I couldn't believe that budget. $75 million. What are you stealing now? Leave it to the cops. And the Queens, the Suffolk, the portion. There's 2 counties there. I mean, this government could not steal enough. That's what the problem was. They couldn't take your fishing station away from you. They couldn't take your plantation away from you fast enough to pay the people. And look at us. I mean, look at this roll of fat on me. I got pinching age. I'm way off. That's if you eat the fat. You know what I mean? I ate the fat of it thing. I worked for minimum wage. I mean, I couldn't see it. I mean, I couldn't ask the owner, how are you going to pay me? You need to be. I'm almost healed. I'm almost healed from the broken bones. Yeah, beautiful birds. I should have bought the bread. I should buy birds and throw it all over the wall. You don't want to sit like I'm renting. And then 4 years over at this house, so recently the Milky Way, the Orion, you see the military up there moving the satellites around. They look like stars because they're low flying. I mean, they look like stars. They're low flying, so it's not a star, it's a satellite. You go there, move all the stars around. We had a good show about 4 years ago. A lot of gunshots in this area, keep people off the property. So the whole base has been closed, and we all stayed. You know what I mean? For me, I had to return. We had to return to the base. Who orphans? You know what I mean? Your spring break specials. They told me when I was in the hospital, once you move, you have to sign into the. Did you know? When you move, you have to sign into the city, and get to know everybody, and let them see how you are, evaluate for a month. So I did. They handed me a bunch of paper that I could join the telepathy system. The Spectrum Network, the 8 southern states. It's working. Would you like to buy insurance? Yeah, and I'm gonna plant the paperwork in your asshole. The base was sold to the public. residential housing. This has special electricity here, and you stay here. You stay in this position. You walk in and out of here to cough up the bacterial germ, probably from filters. Like I shot a sparrow when I was a kid. You might see Castoro Polak's videos like on MSN search or Google search or Yahoo search or AOL search if you want to research their service for their science. So I had seen this. It was about 1992. So I had this office. I had bought this house, a piece of land here, $10,000, 5,000 for the cement blocks, and 5,000 for the cinder blocks. I mean, and 5,000 to put it up. Then they took it away from me because I was not. I went to the north to work. I went 1,500 miles way north on the east coast to work. After the program, they cut out county funding. I was a bitch. I was like, right now, I mean, what do I got? I got $2. You know what I mean? I had, Mommy, I'm done. Can I have $20? But in that family, if you get raised by zero, if they get $2,450 to raise it off it, it was a Marine Corps and Air Force program. But almost we got there, everything was totally different in the North. I mean, it couldn't be a black and white birth certificate. It had to be red, white, and blue. Signed into the United States of America is what I wanted to do as an officer. This way, you get minimum wage, you drive your taxes that day on Friday, and what's left over is yours. It came back to me. I didn't get a check for 19 years. 19 years, I didn't get a check. Did you get, to get a check and hang out? You know what I mean? Get laid? No. Can I? I want a 7-year itch. I had the French nurses, and I want to know who they want. That one was good looking. Shit. You're gonna get your ass kicked. What's the difference if she's good looking and a moron? Yeah, I got to. What happened was when I got here, I got clubbed in the head. We had to sign into it to take a shot in the head, clubbing in the head, too, because we have all the Utah stuff here. The U.S. military made this a video stuff. U.S. military. I'm not talking about the United States military. I'm not talking about USA military. There's two countries. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know about you, but there's two countries running the USA of the Western states. East Southern states that said print them a check, and no work in the South, which we were from. I didn't get one. I mean, they were not. I mean, you're gonna have sex with somebody's wife. You're gonna have a baby. The answer is no. That it's a miserable. I mean, it's a miserable point. For us, they usually get away with it because you can't have any assets, you can't buy anything, you can't. I mean, whatever you have, they can take away from you. They're not promoting having sex with their wives or their girlfriends. You know what I mean? It's a miserable thing for the child. So I thought when I came up there, it was an advertisement like all these people that wanted to raise an orphan, servicemen that were going out to work in I think it was the 60s, and that Phyllis had said, she would want this orphan, which was me. The husband said no, not that kid. So that was a miserable thing for 7 years. Then it got cut. I mean, I sat in his lap. I mean, he taught me all that he knew. That's how I did that. But and again, I feel bad for the men that work there. About what were they, 18, 19, 21, making the landing gear, the research landing gear, and the Grumman is in Florida. That's 14A62, but we have a research plant in the north, and then there's the what do you call it? I don't know something out of it so long. The war games, with the Russian people. But at first it started out with Brezhnev, we're going to be socialists and communists, and that, uh, you know, uh, I mean, the war, the Holy Land War still continues, but we're going to be social and communist, and they put up a fight to it. So first they took the Volker, that didn't work out, and they went with the F-14 A6E2. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, because they said they resurrected us from the dead. As far as I know, in aviation, 6,666 years ago as I was. That's 25 hours car drive. That took me 12 years to do. And a prison says, as an orphan, you tripped the line of Georgia. You owe me 148 grand to make you a United States citizen to get yourself a public support check. I ain't stupid. That would depend who you're talking to. In the eight southern states, especially at Grumman Aerospace, the employees screw up. The owner, the enlisted guy, probably de-enlisted, go down, print yourself up, print yourself 150. How much you figure it is? About 152,000. Type it in, here's your check, and go see if the bank will deposit it. The military does not spend gold money. If I made this refrigerator, I'll give you 2,500 of these for an F-14 Tomcat fighter jet. That's a big difference. I mean, you can't make junk. Then which these people died. Who wants their money? I mean, there's nothing on the shelves. I would think we're all on public support, aren't we? I mean, at this point, we were trying to get the RGB. We found it. We made a deal with Russia. RGB, and the Soviet Union, RGB, and then improved it to the IBM, which was then, most of us would feel Microsoft, and this city, it's only wired, It was the Star Trek bridge, but it never came north. They didn't get the funding, it went north. So we went north to go work in manufacturing. Well, I knew nothing about it. I mean, still though. I mean, I don't know, as far as manufacturing, we're talking about a different spec. Every company is different. And if we do anywhere, we go into the woods with maybe two houses in the woods, with a pretty lady, red and white, with bread, milk, and eggs, and then somehow make that happen. They did. It wasn't me. I was at 16 years old. I was part of the whole thing until I was 27. But I went to a bar one night after work. I think it was a Friday night, and two psychiatrists that just graduated had gone to the bar and find new customers, not patients. Trust me, customers. Stole every nickel and dime I worked and saved, and none of it was true. They lied about everything. So at 54 years old, I hate. I literally hate. I can't believe the way I feel. To work all those hours, 8 hours straight. Maybe once in a while I'll take a Diet Coke break for 5 minutes and get called in question. You ever see it work in the U.S. military shop? Minimum wage, $7. Period. All those people, 3 times my salary. Michael, what are we doing here? 3 times my salary. Sit on it and rotate. That's gonna work. Hi, Mike. Good morning, Mike. For 18 years. Nobody owned Minuteman machine products, and nobody wanted to. It's sold pot to Grumman Aerospace. Don't think that's wrong between government officials, because they invited all the NATO children, or government workers, their children. That's what they did, pot and cocaine. They wanted to see the show, but they wanted to see the contest between the former Soviet Union and what is now called the Long Islanders. It's called the Atlantic Sea on your maps most likely, but it really is the Saragossa Sea in heaven. And I had the whole damn thing. I had the whole damn thing. They gave me 4 months to bring the house to code. I had $28,000 to bring it to code. And they stole the damn thing. My husband died, who had the license. And that's what it is in a retirement community. That's why when I was a kid, first of all you two people, they used to live in this house. Well, unless it fell down, they rebuilt it. I mean, and then I met Phyllis and Michael. They came down for the interview. There's no way he wanted to. She definitely did. She's not going to live in the woods without 2,004. You forgot, was there a bank there? No bank. Used to go to the firehouse, the Rock Huckabee firehouse to cash the check.